Call to order the October 12th regular scheduled meeting of Paintsville City Council. Can the clerk call the roll, please?
Bill Mutton.
Here.
Tommy.
Here.
David.
Here.
Jim.
Here.
Sarah.
Here.
Sean.
Here.
Any additions or corrections to the meeting, to the minutes? The special call meeting of September 21.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Any questions or comments concerning the departmental reports?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second. All
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Can we also have a motion to pay the bills as funds are available?
I make said motion. The one question I have, since I'm somewhat new to council, and I understand it's probably a cyclical thing, but revenue is, seems to be behind from last year's revenue. And I don't know if that's just a timing thing, or
Actually, I think we got our property tax bills out a little bit earlier last year, but let me look at
it
this.
could be.
Let me look at this, Sean. And you don't have a comparison to last year. Now you got a comparison to last month.
Well, I may be looking at it wrong.
We are a little bit.
I mean, I know, quarterly, we should be at 25%, and so anything that's not at 25% is
That's
mathematically is behind from what it would be last year.
What causes that to look like that is the property taxes, because we don't have any property taxes in yet, and that's a good portion of our.
Gotcha.
By December, it pretty much catches up.
Okay. Well,
You got mine in today, Mayor.
Look at ours. Is there any reason we're behind again on the AEP, or just because?
Just because.
Well, I made a motion we approve the.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just a couple of quick announcements. Halloween will be on Saturday, 10/31 in the city and in the county, from 6 to 8 p.m. Wasn't really a good day to have it with the ball games on the weekend, but it was either that or drop back to Thursday, and so we chose Saturday. Also, y'all are probably aware that Assistant Chief Mike Rowe had an accident a few days ago, and just want to announce that he is home now and resting, and we wish him the best and hope he gets back on his feet real soon. First item of business is a resolution approving the cafeteria plan. Cafeteria plan is the method by which we pre-tax deduct supplemental insurance for the employees that they choose when they choose to take insurance like cancer insurance and disability insurance and things of that nature. It's not an expense to us, but we have to pass a resolution on an annual basis to be able to pre-tax deduct it from the payroll. Any questions about that? If not, could we have a motion to approve the resolution? Is there a copy of the resolution in there, Virgie?
They got to come.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the cafeteria plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item of business is the first reading of an ordinance declaring the city's intention to annex certain unincorporated areas of territory around the city. And Jeff, you want to read that first?
An ordinance declaring the city's intention to annex certain unincorporated territory containing approximately 259.448 acres being generally bounded by and in the general vicinity of US Highway 23, Kentucky Route 1428, Kentucky Route 321, and Kentucky Route 825, and in the general area of Hager Hill. Such territory being contiguous to existing city limits, and further declaring the desirability of the intended annexation. Whereas the city of Paintsville, pursuant to KRS 818.420, hereby declares its intention to annex certain unincorporated territory, the boundary of which is more particularly described and set forth hereafter. And whereas the proposed territory intended to be annexed is adjacent or contiguous to the present city limits, and the proposed territory intended to be annexed is urban in character or suitable for development for urban purposes without unreasonable delay by reason of its population density, commercial and or governmental use of land, and subdivision of the land. And whereas no part of the area to be annexed is included within the boundary of another incorporated city, and whereas the city hereby declares it desirable to annex the unincorporated territory as more particularly described hereafter within this ordinance and exhibits attached hereto, now therefore be it ordained by the city of Paintsville, Kentucky as follows. 1. The city of Paintsville hereby declares that it intends and proposes to annex certain unincorporated territory containing approximately 259.448 acres, more or less, in the general vicinity of and being generally bounded by US Highway 23, Kentucky Route 1428, Kentucky Route 321, and Kentucky Route 825 in the area of Hager Hill, which territory is more particularly described in Exhibit A, attached hereto. Exhibit A being a surveyed description of all of the property, and identified on the map attached as Exhibit B hereto, which is the survey map, both of which exhibits are incorporated herein by reference. Number 2, pursuant to KRS 818.410, et sec, the city of Paintsville hereby declares that it is desirable to annex the unincorporated territory more particularly described in Exhibit A and as identified and shown upon the map attached as labeled as Exhibit B. All prior municipal orders or ordinances or parts of any municipal order or ordinance in conflict herewith are hereby repealed, and the provisions of this ordinance are hereby declared to be severable. And if any section, phrase, or provision shall for any reason be declared invalid, such declaration of invalidity shall not affect the remainder of this ordinance. Number 4, the ordinance shall become effective upon passage, approval, and publication as required by law.
Any discussion? I know there are interested parties in the room that are wondering what all that means, what section we're looking at. And I have maps here you're welcome to inspect. In general, what we're talking about is an area from Auto Brokers car lot on Route 23 to the 1428 intersection of Route 23. That area that lays between 825 and Route 23, if that makes any sense. Also, the certain parts of the right-of-way along 1428 and the commercial entities along Route 1428 down to and including the what's now the India Rubber building, including the church, Steve, that you're the pastor at, and up on to Route 321 and along 321 both down to the river toward Van Leer there, or toward West Van Leer, toward Van Leer, and stopping at the river and back into town across Starfire Hill along Route 321, including the commercial areas adjacent to that route. That makes sense?
Up to the bridge there, Palliation. Goes up.
Right, down to the river there, where you cross over the bridge.
Yeah, before you cross the bridge.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's primarily just on, I mean, if you were heading out of town, it's primarily just on the left-hand side of the road, you know, Apple Valley down through that side.
By the way, Judge, want to welcome you to our meeting. Appreciate you being here, and also Mike Endicott is here as well. Is there any?
Can I ask some questions?
Sure.
How many businesses are located in the area where we're talking about?
I don't know, sir. I don't know the answer to that, but we've got a map that show each one of them there. Yeah.
Of the businesses, okay, do we know how, if we don't know that, I guess then we know how many employees are employed at those businesses?
No, we don't have that information as of yet, but we'll be sending out notices to all the property owners.
Are there any residential places involved?
Yes, there are.
And
Primary,
can you give me, is Burnt Cabin involved?
is it what?
Burnt Cabin.
No.
No, and it stops right, right before you get into Burnt Cabin area.
Are there a lot of residential homes, or is it mostly on the side of the road down through?
Mostly on the side of the road and mostly along the road, the area between Route 825 and Route 23. That's where almost all the residential is.
Does it include Cherry Hill Lane?
No.
No.
Does it include Capital Tar?
Yes.
Does it include Phelps and Son Funeral?
Yes.
Does it include the quick stop up there at 1428-23?
Yes, sir. Hager Hill Market, whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, just running a corridor or a strip following the main thoroughfare. 321 and
Pretty much, yeah, Mike.
you're not incorporating the entire area in between?
No.
You're just running a corridor is all you're doing?
Yes.
Why are you doing it that way?
We're going after business. Going after the
Exactly.
businesses.
Because it's commercial areas, which is desirable to the city for to increase their tax base.
So you're just doing it to increase the tax base?
So what benefit is it to anybody in those areas? None. Garbage pickup.
So you,
No,
We've
we've
already
got
got
garbage
garbage
pickup.
pickup. I mean, you got
See,
small
police
businesses,
wanna-
small
police-
businesses,
police is
family,
gonna come around more often.
small family businesses like my business is gonna suffer drastically with no advantages whatsoever, none.
None.
I mean, family-owned businesses are struggling as it is without having extra taxes added on to it. We're barely hanging on.
okay.
What?
Any other questions?
Well, that don't do any good. You know, what my problem with the whole thing is every city around us is getting, they're seeing benefits. They're doing better. You know, things are being done. Paintsville's set in steel. It is always set in steel. And that's what's gonna happen from now on.
There's no advantages for us businesses
Okay.
that
All
are
right.
low tax.
Y'all said your piece.
I'm gonna make a motion, we
Yeah,
approve
you
the
don't need to
resolution.
on first reading, do you?
Mhm.
You got
Yeah,
it.
we need a motion and a second. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I didn't hear it. Anybody
I
gonna
make a
second?
motion, we approve the resolution.
Okay. I need a second.
I second.
We will publish the notice in the paper and notice all the property owners in the required time, which will be in the next, I think
You just have to get notice of when the second reading's gonna be.
second reading will be at the,
It's 14 days before, you gotta get the notice. The notice has to be sent no less than 14 days prior to the meeting.
ma'am.
If this resolution plan to be read, was the fact that this was gonna be discussed and a resolution made, was this published in the paper beforehand? So that residents that were gonna be affected and businesses would know?
You have several remedies between now and
No,
the,
I'm just asking, was there
Notice-
notification?
No,
The
there was
notice
not.
will be sent to you,
No,
or not, or to all the
before
property owners of the second reading.
I'm just asking, the fact that this was even gonna be discussed.
No,
was
ma'am.
notice published in the paper
No, ma'am.
beforehand, so
So
that
none of the businesses were notified.
No.
We had to hear
No,
about it
no, that's correct.
That's
elsewhere.
That's not
Okay,
No,
all
it's
right.
secret.
Okay, we have a,
Afterward, that just
do we have a second?
I got it.
Oh, Sean, second.
All right.
So we're, that concludes our business agenda. Anything from council? I know Dale, y'all are here, we don't have anything whatsoever different on the Carter Lane issues. We'll keep you posted if anything happens. We have a motion to adjourn.
So made.
Who said that?
I just wanted to ask about the Carter Lane. It's still the things that, excuse me, Regina said the last time,
Yeah,
correct?
no, yeah. Is there a second on that adjournment?
Second.
Stand adjourned.